All right. Yeah. Northwestern College versus Warner Gold. Excited to see what Warner brings to the table. I know they've been having a lot of practice. They've been putting time in. I've been able to see a lot of our players really just grow in both game skill, game knowledge, as well as just personally. These guys really love what they do. They've been really involved, and I know they're just happy to be a part of it right now going into this um, matchup tonight. Me personally, I'm pretty excited to watch Flash. Flash has always been fan. I'm always been Flash's #1 fan. I get to see Flash just all the time practicing, perfecting his craft, and just watching him come into this game. Originally, coming in from playing Marvel Rivals, now to see him play Overwatch, just genuinely impressed with what he brings to the table. And honestly, I want to say I'll be surprised tonight by some of the things that I see. But if I'm being honest, I might not be, just because I know that these guys have been putting the time in. Now I think we're just waiting. Match to start momentarily, so sorry for the wait, chat, but just give it a few minutes and we will get right into the action.
Now traveling to Busan.
All right, chat, we are loading up.
Hello.
Here we go, starting off these placement matches, NECC. And we're gonna be watching Northwestern versus Overwatch Gold. Of course, you know, I have a lot of faith in our team. I know Warner's been putting in that work, so I'm excited to see where we go. We have Flint here, starting off with Lucio.
Answers when we do not know the question.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 1. Capture.
I'm excited to see some of the new ways that our team has been just kind of practicing. I know they've been playing on these different maps, just practicing their routes, and honestly, just their cohesiveness, the way that they do things. So let's see what happens first. We have Chan going in. Chan seems to be holding this right side pretty well. They're trying to get to it. Seems like Northwestern has a good shot here at trying to capture. See, Chan's kind of fighting for dominance here in the map. Just trying to get a hold of B. Can't quite just get there yet. He's trying his best to lock in. He does have to go back. Unfortunately, he does get those heals he needs. I don't know. I think Warner might just have to push up a little here. It seems like they lost the advantage, and now they're doing everything they can to stay in the game, but it's costing them a little bit. Oh, unfortunately, Neek does take out Flint and Hammer. Flash does get that one pick off. Here we see Chan's doing a good job just trying to hold objective. He's, you know, trying to wait for the team to show up, but unfortunately, he is going to have to back off. He doesn't have that much support. We'll say the heals are doing what they need to do. He's able to stay in the fight. He hasn't just lost yet. I know if in this situation you lose Chan, I'm pretty sure they just get the objective. So Warner has to try to find a way here to just squeeze through this little pinch that they got going on against Northwestern. Get a little bit of flash there. Chan again, just really trying to create that space. You know, a lot of people don't really understand it. So it's not when you're playing these tanks and you know you have a specific role here. Yeah, you want to be able to get those picks. You want to be able to help your team. Chan does try to pop the ult. It does not work. He does get taken out there. Flash does get a pick off of Northwestern. Echo takes a pick, and so does YT. Takes Ganja out the game.
Tactical visor activated. Not over yet.
YT getting that pick off Hammer, man. Soldier is just one of those characters you can't slack. You can't slack on when, you know, you get to that gunfight. If you're not ready for what you have going on, just expect yourself to be, you know, on right back in. Find yourself to be reborn right into spawn and you're going against, you know, Soldier and you're not prepared. Unfortunately, they're not able to capture this objective this round. Looks like the first round does go to
Score 0-1.
Northwestern. Quick shout out to Advanced GG. Honestly, best energy drink supplement in the world. We just, you know, we love Advanced. We thank them for, you know, always helping our players out, always making sure we're hydrated, always giving us, you know, the things we need. They have the best shaker bottles in the world, and just a real quick shout out to Advanced GG.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective.
All right, let's watch Flash, man. Flash out here. Man, I love to watch Flash play because Flash is one of those people, right? He's not just a character in the game. Flash is the type of person that really you don't expect him to do the things that he does, and all of a sudden he's just in there. Every time you look at Flash, he's doing what he needs to do. He's able to get picks when you need him to. If you need him to create space, he can do that too. Flash is really just a jack of all trades. I know I'm always talking about Flash, just Flash is my dog, so shout out to everything he does, man. Love to see Hammer here. I've seen amazing, amazing gameplay from Hammer. Let's see what he does here. I think he's trying to find an angle as Reaper. He doesn't want to lose this fight here, but Warner needs to make some space here. I don't know what they're going to have to do. They're going to maybe have to go back to the drawing board and talk about how they're going to handle approaching A. I know they have it in them. I've seen them produce results. I think right now, man, they might just be getting used to each other, getting used to the map, getting used to the game, and finding new ways. I know they have an awesome coach that's, you know, giving them what they need and has been training them up. So I don't doubt at all that there's a win here to be found. It's just a matter of how we're gonna get there and the tools we need to start utilizing. Maybe just changing up the pace, maybe pushing a little slower. I'm sure we'll hear later on from some of the players what's going on and what they're gonna do moving forward. Northwestern doing a really good job, just not giving up objective, trying to do everything they can just to stay on OBJ, knowing that if they could just keep Warner out just long enough, they might be able to just secure this next round. And we do see Kiriko alt pop here. This could be big. This could get the space we need to get. Hammer does get 2 picks here. Kiriko doing everything to keep the team alive. And next thing you know, here we go. Ganja going to getting his pick off the team. And we are able to get OBJ. And this is what I was talking about. I think sometimes with Warner Gold, we maybe at the beginning take a little bit of time to just maybe assess what's going on with the team, what they seem to be doing, what some of their tendencies are, their bad habits. And once we get that locked in, we're really able to start capitalizing and start creating some of that mental stack that really starts to hurt the team after a while if Northwestern doesn't be careful. We see Chan here really just saying, hey, if I can maintain this space, if I can keep this distance right here and not let the other team pass me, I think I can create some more time and just continue running down the clock till OBJ is taken all the way to 100. Monkey doing a good job there. Oh, wow, what a pick. You know, YT has been really putting a lot of work for Northwestern. I mean, I got to give respect to where it's due. It's really been able to just create that space and put a lot of pressure on Warner, not really letting them freely walk around and just do what they want, saying, hey, if you want here, you're going to have to respect my space. You're going to have to respect my team. I think that's causing a little bit of an issue for Warner right now. It seems we're at 98%. Do they take OBJ? Yes, they do. And that is second round going to Northwestern. Warner really has to try locking in here, seeing what's going on with them. Maybe they need to take a breather just to see, talk amongst themselves and really figure out what seems to be the dilemma they're facing. After a while, just falling to the same traps and these type of scenarios that start to build in your mind. I can assume as a player, maybe I don't play Overwatch, but in other games, if you're not able to really analyze yourself, analyze the problem, it can really start to build in your head. Next thing you know, you have a wall you're staring down that you don't know how to climb over. Good thing with Warner is we know that our players are really good mental fortitude. They're trying their best to just push forward, and sometimes maybe it's not about climbing over the wall, and sometimes it's about breaking through it, and I know Warner has that in them. Tell you what, man, these placement matches are always really exciting to watch because I know all teams in these placement matches are trying to fight for essentially what is the result of their effort, over their training period, learning with their coaches, learning as a team, as these teams come together every week and try to push forward and break the limits for what they usually bring to the table and just getting better as individuals and players. So, come placement matches where what we're really looking at is not just people trying to win the game, but really trying to show the world the fruits of their labor, you know. And these teams want to be able to get placed highly. They want other schools to look and see that, you know, what they have is real. What they have has been built off effort and hard work. And here at Warner, we know we don't just stop there. In fact, the greatest thing we have is our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, who helps us grow as people and as players. Knowing that the closer we can get to God, the closer we can know Him, I think the clearer our minds become. And I think that affects a lot of different aspects of a person's life, including a gamer's life that needs a clear head, that needs sound decision making in these critical moments that don't give a lot of wiggle room for error. And I just know that Warner has what it takes to really be on top of things here. All right, going into game 2. Chat, one more. All right, chat. I was just trying to make sure I had the right information for you. We are doing a best of 3 match. Next up, it looks like we might be going Esperanza as Warner really tries to lock in, and I'm hoping they're able to talk amongst themselves, talk with their coach, to see what some of the critical mistakes that they're making are. You know, at the end of the day, progressing in the esports space seems to really be about whether you're able to accept your mistakes or not. If you're able to recognize what you're doing wrong, you know, because you can always get better, but I think you can always get better once you realize that you have an area that needs to be addressed and fixed. So a lot of our players, actually all of our players, I know have that quality where they are willing, they want to know how they can improve, they want to know what is the next step, what is that they're doing wrong so that they can address it. They're not so prideful to the point where they're not willing to accept help or guidance on these things. So I have no doubt that going into this next round, Warner Gold is going to be able to take the round off of Northwestern. That being said, Northwestern has been performing very strongly here tonight. Like I said earlier, I've been seeing YT do very good. On the other side of things, I've seen Hammer here for Warner Gold really trying to find his place in the moment. And I know Flash as well has been kind of just maneuvering, trying to get these picks for the team to try to push forward onto objective. But it seems like off the start, they're having a little bit of trouble just pushing onto OBJ earlier. Maybe that's one of the things they can address in this round. So like I said, we are going to Esperanza first. We are going to be doing this push, which seems to be a little bit different. That might be more on Warner's side. Northwestern College getting ready to face off in the second match of the night against Warner Gold. Chan getting ready to make this push. I honestly think I have a very good feeling about this round, about this match. And here we go. And I think this is what I was talking about. Warner knows they need to get to the bot fast. This has been one thing that they haven't been doing so far, is I think pushing aggressively onto site, onto objective. I think maybe that's one of the things that we're able to address this round, realizing, hey, we just need to get there first. We need to be able to secure our spot and just hold the line, just like Northwestern has been doing. Chan going in. Is he able to get the two-piece? He does. He is able to pick off two there. Flint taking Genji. And we are able to lock down on the bot. And I think if Warner can keep this pace of just saying, hey, this distance, you can't pass it. It's not going to be free, making it inconvenience for them. Here goes Chan again, kind of just continuing to be aware of all the different angles here, making sure they don't get flanked. From there, just like that, we do have Zarya trying to sneak her way to the back. Now we have Lucio. We can see here that that Northwestern is definitely trying to get behind the team right now. They're not really able to do it successfully. Most of our guys here at Warner seem to be watching them up on bridge and pushing down. Meek does take Chan and Ronan does take Hammer, though. It looks like the tides are being flipped just a little here. YT taking out Flint. And it looks like they were able to gain control over the bot. Yeah, they have to kind of reset here and wait. You know, there's no point in just going all alone, pushing onto Ba in this situation. They know that it's essential they go together. And we do see Chan here trying to push that Genji, take a little bit of damage on him. Kiriko saying, hey, I got you. Let me just pick you back up, get back into the fight. Here we go. Chan trying to make that push, trying to create that space that we've been talking about so far in the night. He knows that if he can start picking off these healers back here in the back line, he can really make a difference, and he does get one. Is he able to secure the fight here? And he does take out Sojourn. This is really big for the team. Warner here now taking control over the bot, and this is what I've been talking about. Warner has been doing so well in adjusting this round, much better than in the first match of the night. I think sometimes it just takes a team a little bit to kind of get used to things, find that flow state, you know, to be able to just get that win. Here goes Chan. Chan is able to take out Northwestern there. Chan not making it easy on anybody. Lucio with a great all there. Chan's going to be able to stay just a little longer, try to win this fight. Is he able to take out Zarya? It doesn't seem so. Zarya does pop all on Chan, and that is going to be it for Chan at the moment. And Curity takes out Flynn. Echo takes a pick off Chan. Oof, great ult from Hammer, able to take off their Lucio. That's one less support that Northwestern has in their pocket at the moment. Oh, Hammer does get Echo. That's both supports dead here. This could be a really big push. Oh, there goes Genji. Oh, man, Chan is on fire now. Go ahead and picking off about 3 of Northwestern's guys here. And we do get control of the bot once again. Looks like Northwestern did switch to Diva. I think they're getting a little bit desperate here, realizing that, you know, the Zarya play is not working in their favor anymore due to Warner really figuring out the way they want to push up with Zarya, realizing that it's not as effective, it's not as free. Chan really just taking advantage of Monkey's jump there, you know, creating as much space as he can. Kiriko does pop ult, and so does Chan. Chan pops ult, really just trying to get out of there, you know, making sure he's not caught trapped in one of those corners. Hammer getting 2 picks there. That is huge. Huge for Warner. Chan back on this bridge. He knows they know they have to try to find a way to push out of this. It's been hard for them to push here from mid of the map. Trying to get onto the other side. It's been a little challenging for them. But I think they might have found a little bit of a groove here to get them out. They gotta watch for Diva ult, because I'm sure Diva's ready to pop her ult any minute now. Oof, great pick from Chan, taking out that Lucio. Chan realizing, you know what? I don't need to push in here. I can just wait. It seems like all the supports are back here. They're all trying to focus on healing. I might as well just stay back here. Chan, he does push up a little bit here. Trying to take out that Lucio. He does get that Lucio. Oh, is Genji going to be able to get out of there? It seems like he was able to escape that fight. And now Chan kind of scrambling here, waiting to get his jump back. He does safely get out of that fight, knowing it's not really worth it. That ult seemingly ineffective against Warner. They gotta watch that bot right there, because Kiriko really can sneak in there and trying to push the bot all by herself. Chan popping out here, wondering if he can get the soldier. He does get soldier. Is he able to get Genji? Genji kind of putting himself in this corner he doesn't need to be in at the moment. It doesn't look like he's going to let Genji out of this. Oh, somehow Genji. And Genji does get picked off by Hammer at the end there. Warner now making their way past this fight. I know they've been struggling here to get past this part of the map, but they're doing a great job now adapting to some of the way that Northwestern seems to be trying to push here. And great pick from Chan here. Chan's doing such a good job. Ooh, picking up Genji. Oh man, it seems like Northwestern scrambling a little bit here, not really knowing what to do against Warner's little change of pace here.
Gotta stay on your toes, soldier.
And that will be round for Warrior. Great job by the whole team there. Chat, I'll be RB. Here we are. Into game 3. Lock in. Currently 1-1. Warner was able to take that last match. And like I said earlier, during match 1, it seems Warner is taking his time to kind of, see what the issue is. Take a second to analyze what is it that they can do. And honestly, just implementing their strategies very well. Super proud of the guys. And I know game 3 is going to be now a culmination of both teams really laying down on the table everything they've been learning from the last 2 matches. Here we go. Juno here trying to get a pick off of Northwestern here. If she's able to get it. Chan is able to take down their Northwestern's Lucio. Hammer holding those sneaky angles right here. Oof, and Warner does get picked off right there, unfortunately. Looks like they're going to be losing objective, but Warner was able to secure a solid 74% of the objective there. And this is what I was talking about. It seems like both teams kind of know now, what they need to do, and it's really about who can implement their strat more effectively. Warner here trying to secure objective. I don't think Northwestern realizes it. They're about to lose sight. Oh, and Warner does get sight back. This is big. Does Warner get it? It looks like Warner might be taking this whole game. And we do lose sight last minute. Northwestern is able to get a few people onto OBJ. And that is first flashpoint of the map. Going to Northwestern. Warner is able to secure objective here. Meeks picks off Flash. Ronan, Meeks able to pick off Flash, and Chan able to pick off Ronan. Ronan does get hammered. Oof. Ganja is able to there take out Northwestern Lucio. Here we are. We currently have 93% of the objective. It looks like we are gonna take Flashpoint 2. We do. Scores now 1-1. Chan on Ramatra now is really trying to see what he can do. Chan is ready to pop ult here. They are able to secure 19%. Northwestern is able to take OBJ from them. Flash getting some good chip damage here. Ooh, he does get taken out by UIT. Flashpoint 2 going towards Northwestern here. We're really going to need to see a comeback from Warner if we want to win this match. Hammer pushing up, trying to see if he can gain a little bit of space here. Oof. That is a great pick off Chan.
Well, I'm still mostly on mission.
Oh, is Chan able to get this pick? Oh, just shy. Tank is very low. Warner is able to take objective back here. Chan does have ult. That's a great ult from Lucio. And unfortunately, Northwestern takes it. That is match 1 for the night. Northwestern does take it. We got some info for you in chat.